Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing swell. Hope you're doing swell. Welcome to episode 10 of All of Fabric 5. 10? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's hard to believe. 10. That's, if you're lucky, literally the number of toes on your feet. I don't know how I'm going to keep count after this. Now, I think because I've been so hardworking and made it to 10, I think I probably deserve a little treat. So I got myself a present, and that's why I'm up here in the snow, freezing off my little frog toes, and hopefully it'll all make sense in a minute. All right, let's open up our presents. Oh no, this thing's about to die. This was surprisingly easy to make, but unfortunately, oh, enderpearl. Someone killed an enderman over there? Surprisingly easy to make, but the first two times I hopped out of it, oh, it's about to cark it. Yeah, the first couple times I hopped out of it though, it just crashed the game, so not sure what that was all about. But there's not just that one. There's also two more that they make in the back. There's one for digging, and then there's one, I don't know, I guess for fighting, but so how about we head on home and test out the tunnel digging one in our mine shafts. Oh yeah, I've worked on this. Oh, I gotta say, the water looks pretty weird with those shaders. Oh yeah, no, I did a little bit of work around the house. Not too much. It's coming along though. I like the idea of this pond. So this pond's just gonna flow eventually down there, and the water will be what waters our crops, in theory. I'll show you what I did around the house a bit later on. Now, let's just head down into our tunnel system. Let's give this thing a whirl. So, fuel, power. You got your fuel. You got your power. Oh, it needs to share the fuel. Okay, let's give this one a go. Now, it's not very practical. Unfortunately, it's not silk touch either. So we're just getting heaps of cobble now. And there's every chance that I'm just going to fall right into lava. And the cool thing is you just whack it with a wrench to pick up all the pieces. So in this episode, we're going to be spending a bit more time here at the house, working on something that's kind of dogged us since the beginning, which is a stable source of food. As you can see, we're not really growing much at the moment, at least nothing really useful. And I've depleted most of the stock of food that I had. So I'm still eating steak and baked potatoes, which is a bit dull, and the nutrition on this stuff isn't as good as some of the modded packs. So we're just going to turn this little nook here into our kitchen. I'll move all this stuff out of here. We've got the coffee machine ready and waiting. And we're going to crack on with Farmer's Delight and Croptopia. In addition to this being our 10th episode, The first video in this series has also reached 1,000 views, so that's my first YouTube video to ever hit the 1K mark. I'm so grateful for everyone who's been following along, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying this at least half as much as I have, because I've been really loving this playthrough, and yeah, it's just really good to know that some people are out there and enjoying it too. So thanks so much to everyone who's been watching and commenting and sharing their ideas and suggestions. I really appreciate it. Doing this is definitely the highlight of my week, so I'll keep it up if you can do the same. And I've almost got like 70 subs, which is like double what it was a month ago, so nice. It's too noisy over there, those ducks. Let's check out these agriculture mods and see which blocks we need to complete our kitchen. Now, I'm not too sure how this kitchen's going to turn out, but I know it's probably going to need a stove. I really hope this doesn't burn the place down. Let's put you there for now. Next seems to be the cooking pot. So it doesn't look like I need to supply that with heat, because I guess that's what the campfire's for. So I don't know what happened with the audio there, but unfortunately I recorded about like an hour and a half of footage with no game sounds coming out, which I wish I could blame on one of the mods, but this one's squarely on me. Sorry all, I'll be more careful next time. It made the footage kind of awkward and a little dull, so rather than make you bear it, I'm just going to cut most of it out and give you a quick summary here of what went down. Over here in what is evolving into our little kitchenette corner, with the stove and the cooking pot from Farmer's Delight, it was pretty easy to make all the items listed in the quest book. I mean, we already had heaps of meat, and thankfully all the modded crops that we needed, we also already had. So you see in the chest here the fruit of our labor. All really delicious sounding foods, but the standout crowd favorite has got to be the pasta with mutton chops and pasta with meatballs, which you see give you like 6 hunger bars and 11 saturation points. So the saturation basically means you'll be fuller for longer and you won't have to eat as often. Compare that to the best saturation food in vanilla, the golden carrot. What's that, like 7.5 saturation? So no contest. Pasta and meatballs every time. The only downside is they only stack to 16, but you'll be eating less often. So now the other food mod in this pack is Croptopia, which from a quick look through REI seems to offer like even better food than Farmer's Delight does, like food with even higher saturation. I was getting a bit cluttered here in the bookmarks, but you'll see here things like the kale smoothie and the pumpkin spice latte. Yum, yum. 28 saturation points. And Supreme Pizza, even more. I think that's your entire hunger bar plus 44 saturation. That's insane. I mean, I'm not sure that's really teaching healthy eating habits, but I mean, you eat that and that's your one meal for the day. You know what I mean? Like there's no need to snack or anything. And since our goal today is to automate or semi-automate at least food production, why wouldn't you just go all out and go for the best food you can eat, right? Which may well be the Supreme Pizza, or it might be something else. So in a minute, we're going to tick off a bunch of the Croptopia quests too, but we don't have all the necessary crops to do that just yet. So we're going to have to go on a little trip to find them. Unfortunately, the Croptopia book isn't too handy. It doesn't really tell you where to find things. One thing we need is green onion, and it's not listed here. It tells you how to make things, but not how to find them. And REI doesn't seem to be much help either. So you have like green onion seeds. It tells you overworld generation. It tells you what level, very high at Y63, 64. But what biome is this? If it's there, I can't see it. But anyway, I got all the information we need from the wiki. So what you see now is a quick clip of us making a new friend who will help us on this little trip we have to go on today. The audio is still pretty shot on this one, but for obvious reasons, I can't redo it. So here's us making a new friend, and then we'll start on our hunt for these new crops. So this new friend that we're about to go meet requires a saddle. Saddle. Now I wonder if you guys know who I mean by friend. I mean this guy up here, which I suspect is going to attack us as soon as we get close, right? Sorry, not you, Gekatoa, but this guy. I've been hiding from this guy for the longest time. Apparently it's as easy as this, you can just tame him. Poor Gekatoa, nobody wants to be friends with you. Why would I want you when I got a dragon here? It's like literally a flying version of you. Might even breathe fire or something, who knows. And it's a green one. And look at the hearts. Are we friends yet? No, if we're friends I should be able to press E. Okay, come here guy. My armor might not make it through this. Oh, I've really angered him. Maybe I was right to be scared. Jesus. Look at his cute little paws. Ouch. Okay, I'm going to try and attack from the sky here. Let's see if this one works. Does nobody want to be friends with me? Not you, Gekatoa. Do you want to be my friend? Come here. Come here. No, stop running. Put this on. Put this on. So apparently this has turned into a Stalking a Dragon episode. I suspect I just need it to sit down on the floor again. And it can't do that because it's over water. New plan. I'm going to try and make him jealous. All those things I said about you earlier, I didn't mean them. I think you're just as interesting as a dragon. Well, okay, fine, yes, better. You're better than a fire-breathing dragon, okay? Love me! A dragon! I reckon you could take him, Gekatoa. What do you reckon? Did you hear all the nasty things he said about you? He called you a wingless dragon. Oh! It's been real fun. I'll call you. Shh, no one say anything. Who said something? Yes. Okay. Love? Love? We're made from the exact same green goo, see? I brought you flowers. Your favorite, Guzmania's. There's plenty more where that came from. Are we friends yet? No, we're not friends yet. I gotta say, for a dragon who doesn't like me, they're tolerating me staying on their back for an awful long time. Oh, we're gonna start getting attacked here, aren't we? I'll tell you what, if the whole night passes and we're still not an item, think of something else. Look at this guy. Look, the whole night has passed. Oh, he's definitely going to kill my netherite boots. Oh, he's kicking me off now. This is progress. So to keep spamming right click whenever he throws me off. I need to avoid its hits at all costs because it will kill my boots. Love! Love, love, love. That's love. That's love. Perfect timing. We have love, everyone. Look at this. You're not going to eat my those guys, are you? Tell you what, you better freaking not. You need to stay. No. No. Stay. 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 Oh boy. That was something. Oh, I can't believe it took us so long. Now that we've got our friend, I've just bookmarked a few crops that we need to go hunt for. Thankfully, the first 4 there are just found in plains. You're supposed to be able to change their status by clicking on them. There you go. Do your thing, man. Oh, that's a shame. You have to actually get hit before they'll fight for you. Like if I take damage, it was too quick to see. This guy actually killed them for me. Now I've got to be so careful. I've got 10 durability left on these shoes. 10? And not much left on the other pieces of armor either. I'll have this guy follow me around like a bodyguard. Nobody panic. He's with me. Do you guys think I could get a discount now? Discount? What's it going to take to get a discount from you guys? Limons. So finding those first few crops was actually really easy in the plains. There's a plains biome right next to us. Right now we just have to head on over to a jungle biome. Oh, speaking of which, and look for the final crop we need, the elusive green onion. And I think I'm going to put this guy away with my golden lasso. That's so cool that we can store our mounts in those golden lassos. I think you can also do that with like spawners and things like that, but you need a diamond lasso for that. Run! Hey, pretties. That's so cute. Now, normally this wouldn't be so scary, but I am kind of terrified. I'm really clenched. Oh, I want to stay away from that guy who I suspect gives me thorns, like in Terraria. Oh, no. No. What hit me? No, I need to be super careful. I do not want these to die. As soon as I get home, I need to work on fixing up this armor. Onions? The Modpack gave me these powers for a reason. It'd be wrong not to use them. Ah, we did it! It was somewhere in there. Okay, back to the kitchen. Now, there's a few ways to get back home. We could obviously fly, which is possible. We did get a dragon for some apparent reason. There's no bus we can catch. We could take this waystone back because this is that zombie villager spawner that we found in a previous episode. Or if I can find the thing, we can teleport back because this guy has only a few more XP until we upgrade it. So I'm fairly certain that the next teleport home will be our final one, and then this will be upgraded to the Supremo wand or whatever it's called. There we go, Master Wand. When in hand, minus 50% mana cost. So essentially, that's the end of Arcanist. We've done Arcanist completely. That might be our first page completed. Now, the observant amongst you would have noticed all these spawners here piling up. They're just vanilla spawners that I've picked up from places like there's some drowned here. I picked up from down the ocean, and yeah, we got skeleton zombies, cave spiders, regular spiders. I think next episode we're going to get into some spawning mechanics. I've got a bit of a trick to bring them over here, because when you carry them, it takes like an enormous amount of your stamina. It gives you the overburden debuff or whatever it's called, where you get slowness and stuff. There's a zombie villager spawner that we just saw, and there's also a creeper spawner that I came across previously that we could bring over. I know there's wither skeleton spawners in graveyards, and you know that'll be a whole thing. But we'll get into conjuring and mob farming next episode or that episode later. We'll see how things work out. Better clean up this inventory real quick, and then we'll jump into Croptopia. So we have a couple of blocks at our disposal to help us automate farming. One of them comes from Industrial Revolution, like we've been using down there with the choppers, and the other one's from Tech Reborn. The Industrial Revolution one is just called the farming block, which, like, we've already traveled down the tech tree to get it. It'll plant seeds and it'll bone meal if it can. And similarly, Rancher is something which feeds and kills animals. Eventually, I think I'd rather have a Tech Reborn greenhouse, but as you can see, it's like way down the... Oh, it's not that far, but it's the greenhouse has an advantage in that instead of using bone meal to grow the crops, it actually just uses power. So if you can get a good source of power set up, that's much more like renewable. But for a quick fix, we're just going to use a farming block, which we actually played with one previously. Farmer. I've marked out a chunk here with these calcite pillars. And that means we can just like force load this chunk, so it'll always be running as well. So even when we're out and about in the world, but just not in other dimensions, our crops will still be growing and getting stored. So I'll just clear up all this mess here and carve out an area, and we'll come back and have a look how the farmer works. So for now, the farming block's just going to go here. And that's just like this is a 9x9 box. The farmer does work on an 11x11, but like as I said before, this is going to become a Tech Reborn greenhouse in the future, and I can just put a greenhouse block right here, and it'll do the 9x9 behind it. So we'll just plan everything around 9x9, and then we can change the blocks later. So we can till lush dirt. I think the lush dirt is slightly more productive than the regular old dirt, but if we get into the modded dirts a little bit, you can see... somewhere. Here we are. The red fertilizer to speed up growth, yellow to prevent trampling, and to increase crop output with the green. So I think we just want to get the red one then. And on top of that, we have these organic composting things, which becomes rich soil, which is clearly what we want to plant on. So this is like, I wish I gave you descriptions of how it worked, but basically organic compost and time. Organic compost plus time equals rich soil. I imagine I have a bunch of organic composty stuff from our early day raids of the villages. Looks like we only have 16, but we can make some more of it. So quick calculations here. What's 9x9 is 81 minus the one block in the middle. So we need 80 in total, and we got 16. So hopefully we have enough of all this stuff. Let's go. We can just use this one. Straw, rotten flesh, and bone meal. Straw. 80, yeah. So now we have to give this, what, sunlight and time? Now I'm kind of just banking on the fact that sunlight might be good enough to get this converted to rich soil. I honestly have no idea how long it takes. Is that 3 hours that it takes to turn? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it means. And while that's happening, I'm going to work on fixing this crazy situation with our armor, which is clearly about to die. And I think we'll do that with all these levels that we've banked up here and our Dark Enchanter. Like, you can chuck this in. This will cost us about half of our levels, like 15 levels almost, to fully repair our helmet. But we can get a 20% discount on this guy if we set it up properly. So from what I understand, I'm not sure this is the best place to do this. So it's like this. It's probably still no discounts yet. We need bookshelves all around. All right, and that gives us a 7% discount. Oh no, they've nerfed it. This is meant to give you a 20% discount. Oh, I guess you need the full enchant setup, which is like another whole ring of chrome obsidian and more bookshelves and stuff. Oh, that's a pain. I don't really want to set that whole thing up just for 20% discount. Let's have a quick look here. What would it cost to get mending on here? Oh no, that's 12,000. Oh. So I guess the best thing we do right now is we won't bother trying to put things like unbreaking or mending on our tools. We'll just repair them. I don't know what E does. I hesitate to press it, but I imagine R is for repair. So whatever, this will just cost us a couple levels. We'll repair our items, and maybe this will be the last time that we need to do this. And then we'll stop being so lame and get into some of the modded armor packs. I'm a bit peeved that they nerfed this because you need 30 more crying obsidian to make the full dark enchanted setup. Wake up, you big baby. So while we're waiting for the rest of this rich soil here to develop, something I wanted to get my hands on is some Skyrus wood in order to finish up our kitchen. So I guess we just get this guy out, search for Skyrus Veil. All right, take me there, please. That is far away. Whoa. Oh my God, this is going to be a long trip. If only I had like a podcast or some tunes to keep me company on the way. Hang on. Yeah, apparently we're right there in the Skyrus Veil. Maybe it's these guys here. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yikes, that was quite a trip. Our home base is all the way over here. And apparently this was our nearest Sky Veil biome. All right, back to the kitchen. Okay, we're almost there with the rich soil. Now with our proper kitchen setup, we should be able to make quite a few more things, like mortar and pestle, frying pan. Oh, that looks okay. Let's swap these two out, and we'll get another one of them. Okay, cool. This is where we can hang all our tools. And I believe there's one more. Okay, there's our Croptopia set. Now that we've got all the pots and pans and things like that that we need for Croptopia, I might just go ahead and quickly craft up a bunch of the items that we have quests for, and we'll come right back. For the butter here, I need some milk. And unfortunately, when we were in the last episode, when I was clearing out all the sheep from our little slaughter station down there, I went a bit wild and accidentally took out all the cows as well. So now we're going to have to go grab ourselves a cow or two and bring it back home. And I may as well show you a little trick to get that done. And that trick involves this wormhole. This is the way in which I was bringing back all the spawners that you saw just outside of our kitchen. I know there's cows around here somewhere. So there's the old-fashioned way of doing things, or there's the fancy new way, which is you put down the teleporter, you link it to the spot that you previously chose, you grab yourself a cow or anything you want to pick up, and then you're back home. We'll just go get that guy another friend so we can start breeding them up later. And this time trying to avoid killing them all. But yeah, that seems to be the only way that I was able to travel long distances carrying things. Like, I didn't want to have to carry a spawner, climbing ladders, and because you've got both hands taken up when you're using the carrier mod, like when you got something in your hands, whether it's a mob or a spawner or a chest or whatever, not only does it give you like a kind of burden effect where you can't run very fast and you really quickly deplete your hunger. So not only is that more difficult, but you also can't, because you got both hands busy, you can't interact with things like the waystones, or you can't pull out your magic wand to do things like dream warp back home. So I'm going to head back and find the creeper spawner and probably shift the zombie villager one as well, and we'll bring them out to our home base so we can do something with them. All right then, that's the vast majority of these quests done now for us. Look at all those green ticks. And that's not just an exercise in box ticking. You also get a bunch of rewards for completing these quests. Nothing here seems too fascinating. I mean, that's cool. Weatherproof glass and a totem pedestal. A constructed totem grants you a illusion effect, but also buffs monsters nearby. Really cool for a farm, I guess. Automatically consumes any food stored in it. That's what we want. We've almost got a full set of this mana steel stuff just from doing quests here. Maybe once we get into Botany, we should just start wearing this stuff. Another fishing rod, that's cool. Magitek legs, been there. Let's try out this. It's cooler. So it looks like you just open it, you give it something, and you don't have to eat it yourself. Oh, that's cool. So I don't need to have that quick slotted anymore. Woohoo! Of all the things that we cooked up there, the best one was this beef Wellington here, which is equivalent to a supreme pizza. In terms of difficulty, it's not too bad. We can automate. I mean, we've got thousands of eggs. We can automate the pepper. Yeah. But here we are. All the soil's been converted now, so we can just... Can we do that? No. It should all hydrate because I've got a water block underneath the farmer there. Then all we have to do is fertilize the soil, power the farmer, and give it the crops that we want to grow. So I believe you just apply it to the soil? No, what do you do? No, you don't seem to craft it. I must be dumber than a blockhead if I can't figure this out. Maybe you can't use it on this soil. That would be a tragedy. Let's see, can you use it on regular soil here? You can. Oh, no. Oh, well. So we need to give it some power, and we could burn off coal, but that's kind of annoying because then I'll have to come back and I will forget to feed it. But what if we just fed it some solar? This thing gives us 64 LF a tick. And I believe this guy consumes... Oh, okay, no, it consumes 64 a tick. So one solar panel will be just enough to power this guy all the time, but clearly it's not going to be working all the time, so we should be able to put this guy right on top, I think. And if I can get the screen back... Yeah, we got full energy. This guy's going. This range will be 4. Now I believe you just put in the crops that you want. Like, let's start off here with something easy. You press show range if you want to see the limits of it. Yep, that's very nice. You've got power, you've got seeds. Oh, there we are. So let's see, if I was going to make beef Wellingtons my food of choice, I would need to have automated onions, mustards, pepper, egg, beef, and mushroom. Okay, it seems to not want to plant the final seed in the input, which is really cool. This is exactly what I wanted. You can plant up to 4 items per farmer, which isn't a lot, really. 4 crops per farmer kinda sucks. It's really low. I was hoping that I'd be able to have, you know, for kind of every crop in the game, I could have it automated, but we are going to turn this into a greenhouse later on with Tech Reborn. And I'm not sure, but I think Tech Reborn's a bit more elaborate than this. We are going to have to find a way to output its items, which it would kind of make sense, to be honest, to output below. So we also need to make a little ranching station, or a rancher, to feed the cows, to feed and kill the cows. We might have to sacrifice a block or 2 on the side here just to get a pipe coming out of the farming block there. But I think the best way to do things is to kind of hide what you're not proud of, like the cow slaughtering. It's not something I'm particularly proud of or want to see. So just like in modern slaughterhouses, you want to hide the nastiness away so you don't think about it too much. We've just about run out of time on this episode, so let's just do a quick skip to the final product. Drumroll, please. So here we have our kind of full system set up, although clearly without any decorations or things like that. But yeah, let's just go through how it works. So we've got items being piped down from our farmer up there with these Industrial Revolution cables or item pipes. And that comes over here to a like storage drawer area. These are Tech Reborn storage units. The way it works is pretty simple, although it did take me an awful long time to figure this out. So on the outgoing side of the farmer, we have this thing is called a servo, and we've blacklisted nothing. So that's just another way of saying you've whitelisted everything. Like nothing will be stopped from passing through here. And then you get yourself a handy screwdriver from IR to get into the configuration settings for the machine. It'd be so much easier if there was just like a button here to do it. But anyway, you need the screwdriver to get into the configuration settings. Auto push on the north facing side. So orange means output. Blue is input, orange output. And yeah, that's north facing. So those items get pushed down the cables, which get fed into the back of all the storage units here. And that's about it. Although you do have to set the configuration on these guys as well. So it's input is configured to auto input on the backside. So right there. And since this unit here, since this storage block can only hold wheat, it'll only receive wheat. I've also got space here for the seeds. Once the farmer starts overflowing and pushing out the rest of the seeds, they'll just end up here too. And I guess we'll figure out some kind of way to like auto bone meal them because they'll be excess. We've also got a line coming down here into the side of the cow's neck, like a feeding tube, I guess. I'm not sure. That comes down here into the back of the rancher. And the rancher we're just kind of temporarily powering with a coal generator. Don't forget, a coal generator generates power, not coal. But a cobblestone generator, well, that generates cobblestone. Yeah, that's not confusing at all. It seems like on any pipe that connects into a block, you can set a filter. So I just set a filter here to whitelist wheat. So this block only accepts wheat. And the servo up there, I wonder if I can access it. And the servo there is set to round robin. Round robin basically means that it'll just cycle, when it's trying to output an item, it'll cycle through all the slots in the cable network that it's available to output that item to. It'll just kind of like take turns. And if you had like a row of chests, for instance, it'll just evenly divide items amongst the chests. Here it's just evenly dividing the wheat to the rancher and to the storage unit here. We set the storage unit up before the rancher. That's why it's got 100 more items in it. You just load that rancher up with a sword. You set its parameters. So I don't want to feed the babies. That'll just waste all the wheat trying to get the babies to grow up quick. Mate them when they're adults. These 2 fields here keep on resetting, which is nuts. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. I go straight back into it. It worked. I mean, they just bred because it worked, but now it's already blank. So maybe you have to like do it and then just never look back. Set it. Forget it. Oh, I did it again. And then you just sit back and watch the horror unfold. Thanks so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Like I said, next time we'll be looking into conjuring, mob farming, hostile mob farming, that is, infinite XP and mob drops, setups, and really just pushing everything into mid-game. Hope to see you there. Ciao for now.